So talking about my YouTube, yes, I am a YouTube coach. You have to keep at it. You have to keep at it. You have to be consistent. Even if you can't be present every day, you can hire a virtual assistant. The third week, 21 days, I'm like, is this thing called out for me? People that are relating with you in the comment section. That's why I always tell people, I tell YouTubers, especially upcoming YouTubers, that do not ignore people who leave comments on your channel, because I don't believe that impossible exists. Impossible doesn't exist in my dictionary. So I learned how to make clothes in a month. So I started my couture, back in Texas. So we moved to California in 2017, and it keeps me going. Before the end of your workout, you find out that you're fired, or you're ready to go. So the algorithm actually favors consistency. But I would say I started this journey, my ambitious journey, from the age of 10.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to your favorite channel where you get to learn about leadership, communication, and networking. On this special session, we have an entrepreneur, a fashion specialist, and also a social media growth specialist with us today. She is someone that words really cannot describe how magnificent she is. So I would let her do most of the introduction by herself. But at this point, I'd like you all to join me in welcoming Miriam Adepoju on this channel. Welcome, Miriam, and it's a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dapo, for inviting me today. I really appreciate it. So let me kickstart from where you start. So my name is Miriam Adekochu. I'm based here in San Jose, California. I'm actually a recent graduate of California State University, Dominguez Hills. I actually graduated 2 weeks ago. So I moved to US 4 years ago, and I used to be a banker. I was a former banker back home for 3 years. So when I moved here to start my family, I resigned, from here, so I had to start a new career. So I had to learn how to, make clothes, African clothing, specifically, like the one behind, my background. I made that. Yeah,
Beautiful.
thank you. So I learned how to make clothes in a month. So I started my couture, back in Texas. So we moved to California in 2017. So that's when I started my couture for real here in California. So I started my master's degree, my MBA journey, the very next year, which was 2018. So I just graduated about 2 weeks ago. So talking about my YouTube, yes, I am a YouTube coach. So last year during the pandemic, I started my YouTube channel, and I got monetized within 6 months. So now I am helping people start their YouTube channel and also get monetized within 6 months. So I had my first masterclass in January 2021. So if anyone is interested, go ahead and hit me up, and you
Of
get access.
course, there will be a link below on how to reach out to you. But you said something mind blowing. You said you learned fashion designing in 1 month.
Yes, I
Now,
did.
that should be like, I don't want to hear any excuse from anyone. If anyone is saying, "Oh, I don't know what to do. This country is hard," whatever, I don't want to. That just killed off any excuse anyone can give me, because you learned fashion design in 1 month.
Mhm. Yeah.
What was the
Yes.
process like learning it? Did you have
Um,
to do it over YouTube or go to school or
no,
something? Okay,
no,
just take us
it
through
was
the process.
it was tough. I think it was one of the toughest um, endeavors I've encountered or made, in my lifetime. Because what actually happened was my husband is a software engineer, and one of his friends just came over to the house one afternoon back in Texas. He was a master's student at the time. Now he's studying a PhD. So his friend came over to the house to learn how to code or something, write programs. So he came with his wife, that day. So we got talking, and I just mentioned that, oh, I've been looking for someone to teach me how to sew. And then she mistakenly said, oh, I can sew. I was like, are you for real? And that's how I resumed at her place the very next day, 10
Wow.
a.m., 10 p.m. every day. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Come rain, come sun. I only give them Saturdays and Sundays. I only don't go on weekends. But Mondays to Fridays, I was diligent. Like I go Monday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. So the craziest thing was I didn't get it. I didn't understand anything. The
Mm-hmm.
first week, the second week, the third week,
Mm-hmm.
21 days, I'm like, is this thing cut out for me? Like, am I cut out for this thing? So I
Mm-hmm.
had to start reminding myself that, girl, you wrote ICANN back in Nigeria, which is one of the toughest exams anybody can write, and you were passing the exams, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also reminded myself that a lot of people, that show in Nigeria don't have formal education. Most of them are illiterates. And if they can sew it, so what about you? I studied economics for crying out loud from the
Mm-hmm.
prestigious Awolowo University.
Mm-hmm.
I have done econometrics. Why can't you just get this thing? So I called a friend of mine who had a couture in Ibadan, and I told her that I'm not getting this thing. This is like the 21 day. She was like, no, it's very easy. You get it. Like, but I'm not getting it. I kept going 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Mm-hmm.
I would learn. She would show me all. I would still like nod my head, like, okay, just keep doing it. Okay, okay. On the last day, it was like the 30th day, at night, I was about leaving. It was almost 10 p.m. And then she did an illustration. She was going to make an outfit. And then the moment she did the circumference and she did, I just got it. I just got it. It was like my brain opened that night.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The very next day when I was coming to class, her house,
Mm-hmm.
I came with a fully sewn dress.
So you did that overnight?
Overnight, yes.
Crazy.
She was in shock. She was like, no way. No, no. Yes, I said, yes, I did it. All
Wow.
I needed was to get this thing. When I got home, I cut the fabric unsupervised. I made the dress for myself, my
Mm-hmm.
size, so I cut the, and it was even a complicated style, that I made, honestly, so I made it was an off shoulder, cold shoulder gown. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, dress where you have this place splits, like there's a top separate and then this part, the sleeve starts from here. So this place is blank. She
Mm-hmm.
was like, you mean nobody supervised? I said, nobody supervised me. Nobody, can sew around me. So I did it myself. Like I sewed this dress overnight.
Yeah,
And
that just shows what you're capable of achieving if you're willing to dedicate, your time to learning something. And if you're willing to just, like you said, the first 29 days were hard. But then on the 30th day, you said it was like something just opened up in your mind. So you was like just waiting to push through that final day until now it became yours, until you finally owned this thing, which is just amazing, which shows that a lot of people have been doing something and they probably gave up too easily. They didn't wait until that 29th day. Maybe some people gave up on the 7th day, on the 14th day, on the 21st day. Maybe some people even on the 28th day.
yes.
So the trick, the magic is just, I mean, there's no magic in this. It's just you sticking to it. That's just what I got from what you just said, which is inspiring.
Thank
It's
you.
really inspiring. I know you do a lot of things. I know you're a full-time mom, you're a full-time student, you run your business, you're a YouTuber, and you are also very good at branding and creating presence online. So now, how do you create a well-known presence online for your business and and for yourself? How do you bring both together and use your online presence to promote what you do and get people engaged and involved in what you do?
Okay, the first thing I'll say is you show up consistently. Don't just
Consistency.
sit here. Don't ghost away.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, even if you can't be present every day, you can hire a virtual assistant. to make sure that your presence is felt every day. Because honestly, when you go stuff, it's like visiting a store today and they are
Mhm.
open. You go there next week, they are not open. It's like they are not consistent. You don't
Mhm.
have in that brand. So the first thing I would say is make sure that you show up consistently, come rain, come sun. Make sure
Okay.
that's always, there. That's number
Okay.
one. Number two is collaborate with other business people, other business minded people. You need people. You need people, whether
Mhm.
not, because your network can limit you to other people that you can get to meet. Like I'm talking now on your own platform.
Mhm.
Your guests, your viewers will get to see me and meet me for the first time. This is what I'm
Mhm.
talking. You make sure that you show up, and then you also collaborate with other business minded people. I also
Mhm.
attend a number of networking events, you know
Mhm.
uh, yes, which they take place like bi-monthly, and I always make it a date because there are many people from all over the world, that attend these networking events.
Mhm.
And of course, I plan to launch my three businesses actually very soon. The
Mhm.
news will, yeah, the news is going to be out, but I can say it here. So I am planning to launch my ready to wear outfits, you
Mhm.
know sizes, African outfits,
Mhm.
different styles, different sizes. So, but it's still in the pipeline. The outfits are ready. So all I need to get is models, hire a photographer, and put everything together.
Mhm.
Get a website, a very chassis website, and then get it up and running.
Are you gonna be
It,
organizing a fashion show?
I will
Okay.
subsequently. I will definitely,
Yeah,
you know,
maybe we'll be there to cover it for you or something. I don't know yet though. But from what you just said, you said show up, be consistent, and collaborate. And if
absolutely.
there's anything anyone should get from this session, I think that's the key thing. That's like the if you don't have those three things, there is no way you could succeed in business. There is no way. And you said we could apply this in creating an online presence, which is something that I see a lot of people struggle with.
Mm.
A lot of people, and just like from the first narration you gave, a lot of people give up so easily on social media, on YouTube. There was this day I was working at my store, and this lady came in and she told me she had a YouTube channel. And I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And she was like, so I told her I have a YouTube channel as well, that yeah, you can subscribe to mine, I'll subscribe to yours. And she was like, nobody watches YouTube anymore. I was like, what do you mean? She said she releases content and no one watches it. And I was like, no, it depends on how you show up. Like what you said, how consistent are you? If you don't put content out there, I mean, given the fact that at the very beginning, maybe you probably have just 2 viewers or maybe 10 viewers or something. It's the consistency that really matters over time. Do you understand how the algorithm works? And how can you work in line with the way the algorithm works with the social media platform?
Okay. First, I'll talk about YouTube first and foremost. Because I'm a YouTube coach. So the first thing I'll say is you should show up
Mm-hmm.
and post off at any point in time. Let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Last year, I I have a pattern for shooting my videos. I shoot
Mm-hmm.
different episodes, in a day, and I have I set aside a day in the week that I shoot all of my, content. So I prepare my content in advance and I shoot different episodes, and then I upload them. I edit everything and I upload everything on YouTube. So
Mm-hmm.
as of September 2020, I already had enough content till June 2021.
Crazy. Okay.
Happened in January of 2021. I fell sick. I was sick from January till March of 20. It was bad that I couldn't talk. It was bad.
Hmm.
And I kept releasing my videos. Nobody could tell that,
It was
it was
wrong.
like ongoing, even though, I was available as it were. but I was still dropping my videos. So that is really gonna help. You might not see the results quickly, early, but you have to keep at it. You have to keep at it. You have to be consistent and stick to the days that you shoot your videos. I mean, that you publish your videos. Actually, stick to those days. If you decide, in your mind that okay, I'm gonna drop a video every Mondays and Wednesdays, like I do, make sure that you drop your videos every Mondays and Wednesdays. Because truth be told, it might look like people are not watching, but there are certain times the day you get inconsistent, people will be like, "What's going on? I've not seen your video," So
Mm-hmm.
you have to really show up. The algorithm is going to favor you eventually. If you are getting impatient, remember Mr. Beans. Yeah, on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
this man shot a video consistently for 5 years. 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody watches his videos. Like he gets like pieces, like views that you can count on from your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
But 5 years after, it was like the algorithm just picked him up. Right now he's one of the highest paid YouTubers. He's one of the highest. He's earning millions of dollars every month. So the algorithm actually favors consistency. And if you think that your effort is wasted or nobody is watching, trust me, there's so many other people like you as well. And the truth of the matter is, I can categorically tell you that 90% of YouTubers give up.
Mm-hmm.
On Over 90% of YouTubers give up. So it's the few, less than 10%, that actually get to make it. So do you think you can withstand the winds, the storm, that is coming? Like it looks like you're just, there's a lot of work, honestly, as a creator. I'm sure you know that,
Mm-hmm.
you shoot this video, get all your equipment together, your content together, make sure you drop these videos, come rain, come sun. Editing is gangster. It's a lot of work. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you take the pains to do all these things and nobody's watching. A lot of people actually they get frustrated and then they stop. They're like, I'm tired of
Which is
YouTube.
understandable. Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure that you have to persevere. Yes, it's a game of perseverance. You have to persevere, definitely, and don't give up, and even on your strategies, you can change your strategies. Talking about, like I always say on my channel, I say insanity is when you do the same thing every time and you are expecting a different result. No,
Mm-hmm.
you have to change. If you want a different result, you have to change your strategy. Take for instance, you've done something consistently and nothing has really improved. You can decide to say, okay, can I collaborate more with people this year? You can decide to map out the people you are targeting. You can decide to target people in different parts of the world. Australia, USA, Canada. Just make sure that you are targeting developed countries, because
Mm-hmm.
YouTube actually pays people that watch your content in developed countries much more than when you have more viewers from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Ethiopia. You know what I mean?
From
Because
India.
currency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to target such people. So you can decide to collaborate with bigger YouTubers in these parts of the world: Canada, USA, Belgium, UK, Ireland. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
France, yeah, and so on. So you have to be really intentional, and tell yourself it's gonna work, come rain, come sun, and be strategic about it.
I know you're a very inspiring human being,
Thank
and a lot of people learn a lot from you. But I just want to ask you, do you have people that you also look up to, people that inspire you? And what do you learn from these people? Give us some names and what do you learn from these people?
Definitely, I have a lot of people that I learn from. In fact, as a matter of fact, I have a coach. I have a YouTube coach. In fact, I have YouTube coaches. Yes, you
Okay.
know. So, I know one of my coaches is making $30,000 every
Wow.
month on YouTube.
Wow.
And if you think that you're putting in a lot of efforts or enough efforts, think about the efforts that these people are putting in. Their goal, for one of them, their goal is to drop 15 videos per day. Did you hear me right?
Mm-hmm.
15 videos every day. A lot of people struggle to even drop a video per week, let alone videos in a week, let alone 15 videos per day. The reason is because, the algorithm begins to see the more you drop your content, apart from dropping content,
Mm-hmm.
apart from that your content is valuable, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you are present, you are alive, your vibe. People want to relate to people that are that are fun loving, people that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
want to bore them with your videos, so
Mm-hmm.
bring life into your videos.
Mm-hmm.
So goal is to drop 15 videos every day, and the goal is to go from 30K to $100,000 every month. And the more you drop a video, the more you get views, the more you get paid, on YouTube. So once you hack it that way, you are fine. You are good to go. Yeah, and there are so many people that I actually look up to right from the onset, right from time. I've always had mentors that I look up to, right from my days as an undergrad. I've had friends, and if you notice, I talk about the circle of friends that you have, the people that you hang around with, and honestly, you are an average of the 5 people that you hang around with. If you have 5 successful people, you're going to be the sixth person, and if you
Mm-hmm.
have around 5 idiots, you will be the person.
True.
Yeah, you know. So the truth is, I have always, read books, leadership books. I've always, hang around these people, and when I have questions, if I'm not sure about, oh, I want to take a step, I ask them, because these people have actually passed through what I'm about to pass through now, so they can give you first-hand, advice, candid advice, that's
Mm-hmm.
okay, best way to go about it. So you actually need such people around you, honestly. And another thing is sometimes you have mentors that you don't know like one on one, but you can learn from them, from a distance, watch what they do, and someday, somehow, if you still want to get to meet them, honestly, you will get to meet them because I don't believe that, impossible exists. Impossible doesn't exist in my dictionary. So if
Okay.
you want to meet people like, Oprah Winfrey, people like John Damon, people like Kelly Stamps, they are human beings like you and I, so you can
True.
always find a way to get across to them. But make sure that you are doing your own thing as well. Let them see that okay, this person has done something, and this person has made an effort. Okay, let's see how we can help this person or how we can move this person to the next level. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that goes a lot. And not keeping your mouth shut. If you need help, always ask. The worst you get is the no, but at least ask. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy to ask. Everybody, we're all once babies. We have to
Mm-hmm.
learn one thing that we know today. So it doesn't matter if somebody knows, have heard that thing before you or have done that thing, has been successful in that thing before you. It doesn't matter. You can always, break the ice and don't be shy to ask questions. Whenever you need help.
Do you have like one book you would like to recommend with respect to leadership or with respect to branding or with respect to entrepreneurship?
21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So
Yeah.
you um you on your channel,
Mhm.
you are very energetic, and even right now you're very energetic. You just said you just got off a YouTube session and you're back here and your energy is not down. Your energy is just boom, 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 high there. Is there anything you do to keep your energy level high?
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, self-care is very important. So I don't joke with my workouts. I
Okay.
don't work out at all. So it's like refueling your energy.
Mm-hmm.
So wake up in the morning, I do my workouts. Prior to the pandemic, I'll be on the treadmill for 1 hour. So after the pandemic, we were all locked up, of course, in the house. So I was doing 1,000 skips every day. So, but the
Wow.
day President Joe Biden won, I did 2,000 skips in honor of Mr. President. Yes.
Okay.
So,
That's awesome.
now I do a minimum of 30 minutes workout every morning, and I use this. beautiful ladies on YouTube. I just discovered them on YouTube, and I even give them a free shout out on my channel. They are called Cocoa Fitness. They are very energetic. Three young ladies, once I see their faces, I am just good to go. We just go. So I do about three of their workout sessions every morning, and it keeps me going. Before the end of your workout, you find out that you're fired up, you're ready to go. And then I also divide my day into two because I sleep at 3 and yeah, every day. Oh God, thank you. Somebody's hugging me. So okay. So what I do is I divide my day into two. I usually sleep um in the evening. I sleep at 5 p.m., but it's 5:26, but it's okay. I don't joke with it because I
Mhm,
sleep at 4 a.m. every day. So I must take a nap in
mhm,
the evening. Yeah, so I take a nap by 5 until 7, 5 to 7. My brain is already wired that way. So when I wake up by 7, I'm working like afresh, like I just woke up, for the day. So I'm able to work through the night again
mhm,
up because I have so many, like you said, I have so many things I need to do. Before now, about 2 weeks ago, when I was still studying, I had to do my homeworks, my assignments. In fact, when I'm having Zoom sessions, I'm doing something. I'm always multitasking. I'm always like taking my assignments, quickly sorting this one out. If it is negotiation tactics, I'm looking at it. If it's to respond to one of my colleagues, group discussion, I'm doing that quickly.
mhm,
So I do that, and then I have a Facebook group. I have to schedule my Facebook group. I have to schedule my Instagram, post in advance. I have to schedule it a week, before, and then I have to also plan for my business as well. Like I said, I'll be launching my ready to wear collection very
mhm.
soon. And once it's time, I'll tell the whole world that okay, it's time. You guys can go ahead and order your outfit. So yeah, I divide my day into two. I don't do my workouts,
Mhm.
and then yeah, I also take time to rest as well. Yeah, Sundays especially. But today I decided to go live on YouTube and to test it for the last time and find out how it works. Which I
Yeah.
find. So that's why today was an exception. Other than that, yeah, I make sure that I take time out for myself. I sleep. I sleep. And then I
Yeah.
also I don't look at my sleep at all because of course you remember we studied economics and part of the ways to measure how good you're doing or economic development
Mhm.
is how much leisure time do you have? Are you just working up, working? Well, that's why apologies to nurses. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I,
Mhm.
I can't take up, a profession like nursing, where you have to work from morning till night and then night shift again.
Yeah.
You don't stop. The
Yeah.
mornings are active, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about passion. The same way you're passionate about what you do, they're passionate about what they do. So I think it's kind of balanced out. Just the way you went in, you know, full force, 29 days, learn this thing and the switch. Someone from nursery be like, I don't think I can do that. And it's all about passion. That's what it can do. That's what you can do. And it keeps the balance because we can't do everything. And I completely understand that. Going back into YouTube,
Mhm.
um, you said you were testing the way the live functionality functions, and then you
Mhm.
also said you had videos of like 4 months upfront. You have them ready to go. Did you make use of the YouTube Premiere feature, whereby you upload all those videos and then you just set the dates and they were
Okay.
just pumping up by themselves, or you had to go and upload it by yourself?
No, I have to upload them myself, but I'm thinking of doing that right now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I drop a video every Mondays and Wednesdays. So I was thinking of even doing that and scheduling the one for tomorrow in advance,
Mm-hmm.
scheduling one for yeah, next Monday in advance because on Thursdays, on Wednesdays actually, I go live on Instagram and I upload it on YouTube, to make it
Yeah.
easy. Yeah. So yeah, I'm
Perfect.
thinking of starting that maybe tonight when I wake up, from
Perfect.
my. Mhm.
Okay, so now you are on Instagram and you are on YouTube and you're also on Facebook. and you in fact have a Facebook group which we will still talk about. But I want to hear from you. Which one do you prefer the most? YouTube versus Instagram. Which one do you think is most effective based on how you use them or based on the result generated?
I think I think for me, I think YouTube is it. I think YouTube, because YouTube is kind of like worldwide, and it is easy for people to discover you on YouTube. People that have never seen your channel can just, YouTube actually promotes our videos. I hope you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go to your analytics, you will see your reach. So it might not lead to a lot of clicks, but YouTube has actually shown it to a number of people. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe your thumbnail is not, if it's not catchy enough, they might not click or something, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
they're in the first 5 minutes. But when it comes to YouTube is actually worldwide. I also love Facebook. Facebook, because you seem to, yeah, there seems to be a lot of traffic. Like buying traffic on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. Yes, they are genuine buying, but most of the time, because of the age range of people on Instagram, even though it's like a devil that you have to dine with, you just have to
Mm-hmm. You just have to be there, right?
honestly, yes.
Okay.
The image of those people, they're like always scrolling and scrolling. It's just a picture, people
Mm-hmm.
just different kinds
Yeah,
of
they
pictures.
want it fast.
Yes, so I think YouTube, and then number two is Facebook for me. I
Okay.
think, yeah.
The next question is when it comes to monetization, which social media? I feel like I know your response to this, but I just want to hear from you and I want us to hear from you. And why did you choose this? As far as monetization is concerned, which of the social media platform do you think is the best and most effective and most efficient? Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube? Or
Well,
TikTok?
maybe because I haven't explored TikTok that much. But I know I heard that TikTok is really gangster. Like, it's really, really cool. But from what I know and what I've
Mm-hmm.
experienced, I think YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
my own experience, YouTube it is. Because I recall that even before I got monetized, and right after I got monetized, I started getting these emails from companies, wanting to collaborate with me, wanting
Mm-hmm.
to sponsor me, showcase their products on my channel. Like right now, I have an electronics company that wants to give me a computer to
Mm-hmm.
review free, and then also pay me, you
Mm-hmm.
know, share their products on my channel. And of course, as a YouTuber, the beautiful thing about being a YouTuber is that you have the privilege to charge any amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, tell them, okay, I'm going to showcase your products for $10,000. That's your price. That's your price. If you're good, they pay you, because companies are actually still learning. They're still trying to find a way around YouTubers, how to work with YouTubers. So right now you have that privilege, to say, okay, I'll charge. I mean, my price is $15,000. So that's it. You have that kit ready. You send it to the company, and then they get back to you. Because honestly, if the companies were to go to the television stations, go to CNBC, ABC to promote their business, they know that it's a lot of money. So whatever
Yeah,
you add
true.
is going to be peanuts compared to what they would have, and they would have access to your own audience, real people that are relating with you in the comment section. That's why I always tell people, I tell YouTubers, especially upcoming YouTubers, that do not ignore people who leave comments on your channel. They have taken the time to watch your videos, and they are dropping comments. Please and please do not ignore them. Yeah, so that goes a long way, and I think YouTube, for one, is something I would recommend. Is that platform I recommend?
Okay, so if I'm a new or young entrepreneur, for example, and I'm just coming up and I'm just looking for a way to brand my business and establish an online presence, what would you recommend?
To establish, well, I would say Facebook, I would say Instagram, but do not neglect YouTube. Go on YouTube as well. Go on YouTube as well. Yes.
And there's a way, I believe there's a way you could interconnect all the social media and make them all function together as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because yeah, when I post on Instagram, it just automatically goes to Twitter and
Mm-hmm.
automatically goes on Facebook. I use Planoly app, and I pay a small portion. I mean, small amount every month.
I would like you to share like a life transforming moment in your life, a moment that really changed a lot of things for you and like defined who you are maybe now or define who led to who you are right now. Because initially you said you used to be a banker and now you're a fashion designer and now you're just you're like doing a lot of things, entrepreneurship and fashion designing and full-time student, and you keep your energy level really high. And I know this thing just doesn't happen overnight. You don't just become something like that overnight, like like a machine that's just getting things done, you know. So I believe there was something that was like, you know, that changed this thing, that changed who you used to be before, and now there's this new person that's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go after all of my dreams. I'm gonna go after everything I set my mind to go after. And yeah, if there's anything that you'd like to share with us, I'm really interested, and I believe the audience is interested.
Okay, so I would say I started this journey, my ambitious journey, from the age of 10.
Mm-hmm.
At the age of 10. So what happened? We went. I'm from a humble background, proudly, and we went to visit some of our cousins. We they lived in highbrow area in Lagos, Victoria Island at the time. Their father was the CEO of a bank, at the time, and it was that it changed my life. So my cousin was having that birthday, and it was grand. It was like going to White House. I mean, not white. Well, going to White House or
Mm-hmm.
going to the palace.
I know the
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah. So we went there, and then it was a different world entirely. They live in affluence. It was like, and then when you get home and you're like, "Is this where I'm coming from?" It was just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That day, I sat down and I started thinking, what does their father do? I didn't know what he does at the time. And then, I was told he is the CEO of a bank. I said, okay, what did he study? I'm going to study what he studied. I'm going to write all the exams that he wrote. That's how I
Interesting.
started. I'm going to write all the exams that he wrote. I'm going to follow his steps. I'm going to follow his path, and I never looked back. So I learned that he studied accounting, but, he's a chartered accountant. So I started ICANN, because
Mm-hmm.
of him. I started writing ICANN exams from ATS level, so I learned that you can actually be a chartered accountant and study economics. Even if you study another course, you can still write ICANN and still be a chartered accountant, which is okay. You can kill two birds with a stone. And then I started, that as well. So I studied economics. I was writing ICANN. And fortunately, he was born on my birthday, December 27th. So we share the same birthday. So he was kind of like far, like he's not someone you can talk to. You know how our parents are like, you can never see him. It was impossible to reach. You
Mm-hmm.
guess what? When I became vice president of economics department, I
Mm-hmm.
walked to him and I invited him to come to Ife and speak. And he came. He
Interesting.
Yes, he came to Ife and he spoke. He was at my wedding as well. He's my mentor. He actually passed on 2 years ago, but before then he's my hero, my mentor. He's well accomplished, in life. So apart from him, I started to tell myself, because I read his biography, and I saw that he was from a humble background as well, from a humble background, but he chose to, follow his dreams, pursue his passion. He went to Harvard University. He really did, what everyone else, couldn't do at the time. So because of him, he actually set the precedent. So when I graduated from college from Ife, my Saturdays and my Sundays was never for me. Like I go to class every
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Even when I was still looking for a job, because I have hung around high flyers for a long time. I
Mm-hmm.
know my worth. I
Mm-hmm.
know my And at that time, well, 11 years ago, I told myself, if an employer is not ready to pay a minimum of 100,000 at that time, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not ready. So I was getting offers. I'm like, look, keep it to yourself. I'd rather go and spend my time in class, keep developing myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got my first job. Was, something that was within what I, could take. So I started my first job. But I will go to work Mondays to Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays I'm in class.
Mm-hmm.
There is no time to gist or to go to parties or to engage myself in something that is not productive.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been like that. Before I got married, I've always I'll go to work Mondays to Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. Because I always tell myself back then that all the movies that I missed in my lifetime, I mean, growing up, all the
Mm-hmm.
movies I'm saying I will watch it in future. That's what I keep saying. Because movies, they won't, those movies will not die. Like they are
Mm-hmm.
still there to be watched anytime. I always tell myself that I will watch all these movies in future. Let me just work now. Because now that you are still young, you should toil when you are still young so that you can enjoy much later. And that has always and always kept me. So by the time I got married as well, it was still the same thing. And then when I moved here, and oh my god, that was crazy. When I moved here, I actually came to visit my husband in December of 2015. I
Mm-hmm.
came to vacation. I was a banker. So I went back in January. I spent a month here. So by the time I went back, I was pregnant with our first daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back in June of 2016 to have my baby here, and I resigned from here. So when I resigned, I was like, okay, just take your time, let the baby come. The baby came. Do you believe that 2 weeks after the baby arrived, I was already looking for volunteer jobs?
Hmm. 2
I'm like,
weeks after.
2 weeks after I'm like, I can't do this. I can't sit down at home. I cannot.
I know the feeling.
Yes, I'm like, no, no, no. I'm feeling useless right now. I need to. I'm my potential. I need to work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe my potentials. I can
You
do a
have to be
lot.
active, you have to be creative, you have to be
Yeah.
productive. I know the drive.
So I was already applying for volunteer jobs, but the ones I saw, because we were staying in Hempstead at the time, which was about an hour plus from Houston. But the volunteer jobs I was saying were in Houston. It was too far, to commute and all that. So yeah, when that went aside, I started thinking of what I could do, and that was when I started to learn how to make clothes, and then set up my business. And then, from there, I started writing GRE, TOEFL. I needed to go to school. It was just time,
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't just be doing one thing. I have to make sure that, I'm maximizing the use of my time, and,
Mm-hmm.
second counts, and it's really worth it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I've always had that drive, right from the onset. And,
Yeah.
growing up, even as a teenager, I didn't really have much friends because a lot of people cannot just understand me. What's wrong with this one? So, a lot of people,
That's very true. Yeah, if you're driven like that, a lot of people will understand unless they share the same mindset. And what you just shared is so powerful because it shows the life transforming process. But you also shared something that I think is fundamental, which is you knowing your what and making that sound decision in your mind that if a company doesn't pay me this, I'm not taking the job. That is, I feel like a lot of people need that kind of mindset because there's so many people that will be like, you know what, I've been around not having a job for too long. If a company is willing to offer me this amount, I'll just take it. So you just define the essence of knowing your what, and I think that's fundamental. That's something everyone should really look into and start looking for ways to adopt that kind of mindset into their daily living. Do you have a favorite quote that you'd like to share with us?
oh, I have a lot of quotes, but one, I'll just drop one. If you can't run, walk.
Mm-hmm.
You can't walk, crawl.
Mm-hmm.
You can't crawl, just keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you are not stagnant. you're not staying put in one place. You
Mm-hmm.
are, because I was gonna say something. I hope you didn't just keep my memory. Okay, yeah. I This is outside of what you asked, but sometime last okay, this is a new month. Sometime last month, very late last month, I saw a quote that if you know that you're not from a silver spoon home as a Nigerian,
Mm-hmm.
if you know that you're not from a silver spoon home, make sure that when you go to the university, make sure that you come out with great grades. But I want to say something about that quote. Make sure that you build your network.
Okay.
Make sure that it is very, very key, because I have seen people with first class, earning peanuts or remaining jobless for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You for like endlessly in Nigeria, or getting peanuts, in Nigeria. But when you build that network, a solid network for yourself, people that you can call, hey, hello, I need this thing, I need this X. I have a lot of experiences I can share around that,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to keep it as brief. I want to
Yeah,
respect your
well,
time.
we have to bring you in 2 or 3 times more because you have so much value that I believe a lot of people could learn from. This thing you just shared on networking is what one of the most fundamental things this channel is based on networking. And you
Mm,
just prove the emphasis, you just emphasize the need, the importance of having a strong network. The networking is key, basically. Do you have any final piece of advice for young entrepreneurs and even maybe, who knows, people that are no longer young, but they're still working on themselves? Entrepreneurs, fashionistas, and maybe social media enthusiasts or content creators.
Very simple. Very, very simple. All I'll just say is never, ever, ever give up on your dreams. Your dreams are valid, and you should never, ever give up on them. Never. That's
Thank you
it.
so much, Miriam. It's a pleasure having this conversation with you. Thank you for coming on this channel. I appreciate you. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate all your insight and all your values. And dear viewers, the most important thing is for you to listen to this and take action. It's not just watching this video and just shutting down your laptop. No, watch this video, take notes, and take action. Very important. And until next time, when I'll be coming your way, always remember to be your best self. My name is Dapo Ibrahim. Take care, everyone. Bye.